Well, consumers are demanding more from the dairy products they already eat. More protein, more function, and more innovation. At the University of Minnesota, researchers are working to meet those changing needs, all while helping farmers and processors keep pace with an ever-evolving market.
We've got ice cream mix going into the freezer. The refrigeration just kicked in, so we're gonna start hardening out the ice cream.
Step into this pilot plant.
We'll send it through the rest of the system to get the fruit, the raisin pieces on this flavor added, and then we'll be able to start filling packaging.
And you're stepping into a bit of history. This pilot plant was originally built 66 years ago. What was once a pilot plant just for research and dairy product production soon became home to food and nutrition as well. But even 6 decades later.
What kind of ice cream are you making right now?
So it's rum raisin ice cream.
These researchers are constantly churning out something new.
I've never heard of rum raisin ice cream. Is this new?
It's not something we've had very much. I mean, you can find it online, but I haven't seen it much in the store. So it was a new, we did a bunch of flavor screening a few months back and did some little test batches in the lab, and from the grad students and people who came through, it was a love it or hate it flavor, so we went with it.
The dairy aisle is definitely changing for more than just ice cream. From high-protein yogurts to fortified beverages, today's consumers want products that are packed with more nutrition without sacrificing taste. And at the University of Minnesota, researchers are working to make that possible, helping the dairy industry keep pace with shifting demands.
The focus of my research is always driven by the industry input. Through our Midwest Dairy Food Research Center, and we meet twice a year to brainstorm what are the industry research needs and come up with top priorities. What does industry needs right now? So as you said, one of the top priority right now is how can we incorporate more protein in products and low carbohydrates.
A three-way partnership between the dairy industry, dairy farmers through Midwest Dairy, as well as the Dairy Checkoff. The Midwest Dairy Research Center also taps into the brainpower from 6 different universities across the Midwest. And for Dr. Jayendra Amamcharla, his work focuses on fractionating milk using membrane technology to separate ingredients that can be used in products like protein-packed drinks and yogurt.
There are several challenges that comes with increasing the protein content in a given product. Mostly there are 2 things that could happen in a high protein beverage. That is either sedimentation or agelation. Over time, these proteins settle down to the bottom and at some point they gel, and it is not acceptable by the consumers. So we come up with technologies to make sure these proteins stay in solution throughout the shelf life.
He says the goal is to make sure the protein beverage that has to be processed is not only nutritious, but stable enough to maintain a strong shelf life that consumers want.
But this is what the industry is demanding, right?
Yes. I think going forward, this trend is going to be there with GLP-1 drug that is getting popular. High protein, low carb products are going to be in the market in the next foreseeable future.
The state of Minnesota and the university's Board of Regents also see a future in what's being done here. Both recently committed a total of $55 million to cover the costs of pilot plant project upgrades. It's another big investment into innovation that could fuel the dairy industry in the years to come.
Whatever we do, dairy farmers are members of the center. They are in the advisory council, and they are informed about what we are doing and make sure the research that we are doing is relevant for the dairy industry.
As consumer preferences evolve and high-protein, low-carb products dominate grocery shelves, the University of Minnesota's work is helping farmers and processors adapt, innovate, and thrive in a rapidly changing dairy landscape.
Well, it's one of the oldest football rivalries in college football. For decades, Minnesota and Iowa have battled it out for bragging rights in the upper Midwest. But what's the story behind the rivalry? Well, it's intense, as Andrew McCrae shows us next.
Watch Markets Now with Michelle Rourke on the Farm Journal YouTube channel, keeping you updated throughout the day on the markets at the open, midday, and close. Find out what moved the markets today and what to expect the market to do next.